Hello, EOS Nation! Welcome to episode 15 of the EOS Hot Sauce podcast. My name's Daniel Keys, and my friends and I from EOS Nation got a spicy one lined up for you this week. Block.one, LiquidApps, BOScore, EE Proxy, PredIQt, Veles, Parsl, DAC Factory, Karma, BOID, TokenYield, HireVibes. We've got all that saucy goodness coming at you right now, so let's get started. First up, Block.one's EOSIO strategic vision. In the second part of their strategic vision series, Block.one introduced several initiatives and tools they're building to nurture a vivid EOSIO developer community. Those are graphical user interfaces, tools to make it easier to launch Node EOS, access block explorers for transaction and block inspection, as well as other general development uses. We've got EOSIO SDKs for Java and Swift. These are Java and Swift libraries to generate applications in native Android or iOS platforms, providing faster response time and more finely tuned interfaces on the end user. We've got Advancing the Universal Authenticator Library, a simple, unified approach to provide a single integration and associated front-end components for developers of applications. They've got Debugging Smart Contracts. These are tools that let developers add breakpoints to their smart contract code so that functions can be reviewed in a step-through process during state exploration and auditing. They've got the EOSIO testnet, a testnet infrastructure that is integrated with Block.one's developer documentation. And their scalable documentation platform, a developer portal to provide a more seamless experience in sync with the scale of the EOSIO software codebase and additional multi-language support to integrate developers from the non-English speaking community. There's also high-resolution state tracking, offering developers greater flexibility with the implementation of data aggregator tools, and enhanced smart contract functionality, which improves the interactions between smart contracts by enabling them to use a read-only layer to which other smart contracts can refer, so each can update their data structures without any errors. Furthermore, in order to foster the next generation of developers, Block.one invited the tech girls to their offices in Blacksburg for a day of shadowing and inspiring. Next up, we've got LiquidLink. DApp Network is ready to scale Ethereum. When Benny Hakak, CEO of LiquidApps, asked Twitter on July 18th which blockchain should be connected to EOS through the DApp network, it was obvious the team was cooking something up. But who could have guessed that LiquidApps would have delivered a working solution so soon? Well, you might have guessed it if you followed the team in the last few months and seen how fast they're pushing innovation forwards in EOSIO. And when LiquidLink was not only announced, but also showcased in a video on Twitter, it had an immediate impact even beyond the EOSIO community. LiquidLink is the first decentralized solution for inter-blockchain communication and will be a part of the Zeus SDK, allowing developers to easily implement this feature. While LiquidLink will first act as a bridge between the EOS and Ethereum blockchains, the name suggests that this solution has the potential to connect the EOS public network to a multitude of blockchains further down the road. As Benny suggested in a recent article, blockchain interoperability could bring different communities together. We hope to see less crypto tribalism as different networks benefit from each other's best features. LiquidLink is built on exactly that spirit, as it effectively means that dApps built on Ethereum can utilize the instant and feeless transactions of EOS, but still keep their smart contract on the Ethereum base layer. Currently, LiquidLink is still labeled as a work-in-progress service, and interested developers are encouraged to check documentation on their website or GitHub and give feedback or ask further questions in their Telegram channel. If you're still struggling to grasp what LiquidApps, DSPs, and the DApp network is all about, we recommend listening to this interview of Benny Hakak on EOS Voter Podcast. We've got links to that and everything else in our show notes. The 50-minute episode gives a very good introduction to the DApp network and how it all came together while explaining the high-level vision behind the project. Remember to visit the EOS Nation DSP portal for all your DApp network service needs. Next up, BOScore. A year after the launch of the EOS public network, a few other networks have also launched successfully using the EOSIO open source software. The BOS network keeps making news with their updates, which have potential implications to all EOSIO chains. Since its inception on December 2018, BOScore has already brought a couple of impressive innovations to the EOSIO ecosystem, namely their inter-blockchain communication solution and the successful worker proposal system. They've also pioneered 3-second last irreversible blocks, also known as 3-second lib, and the underlying batch PBFT consensus model. It's a big improvement for businesses like e-payment systems, as it drastically decreases the time to finality. That means a merchant can let their customers leave with their merchandise within 3 seconds of processing the transaction, instead of having them wait 3 minutes to ensure the transaction can't be reversed. After being successfully deployed on a testnet, BOScore nodes are upgrading to BOScore version 3.0.1, and a consensus fork activation is expected to occur around Tuesday, August 6th at precisely the block height of 34,721,558. Prior to activation, the BOScore community will get on a call at 1300 UTC, and as always, support can be requested anytime in the BOScore mainnet Telegram channel, which we've linked to in the show notes. After the new consensus model is implemented, the speed of transaction verification on BOS is going to be 50 times faster than on EOS public network and 1,200 times faster compared to Bitcoin. It's also possible that one day we will see this feature implemented on the EOS public network. The BOS developer community is made of a group of EOSIO experts from all around the world. If you haven't yet, we encourage you to look a little deeper into BOS by following their regular updates, reading their detailed introduction, or getting to know some of the representatives and developers in the most recent EOS radio show. We've got those and everything else we've mentioned in this episode all linked in the show notes. Congratulations to the BOScore developers for their success and for staying true to their slogan, born for dApps, born for usability. Up next, we've got the Everything EOS Proxy. On July 26th, Zach and Rob from Everything EOS announced the launch of the Everything EOS Proxy on the EOS public network. It was fun to see the first votes coming in live during the show. The first 20 slots of the proxy were already chosen by aggregating data of 9 other popular proxies, and we're very happy and grateful that the EOS Nation was part of the first 20 BPs added to the proxy. Thank you, Everything EOS. We appreciate your support. The additional 10 slots will be filled in the coming weeks, and we can expect to witness a transparent decision-making process documented in their popular show on YouTube, as the team plans to get more involved in the discussions around governance. Check out the link in the show notes to learn more about their voting philosophy, and if you're a fan, proxy your votes to them. Next up, PredIQt. PredIQt is a decentralized prediction market brought to us by the Everipedia team and the second product to utilize the IQ token. The team released their MVP just a few days ago on the Kylan testnet and invited the community to join their beta test. We've linked to an article in the show notes where you'll find clear instructions on how to create a testnet account and generate tokens to join the beta testing. From what we can see, making predictions will be a fun and easy experience for the user while interacting with a very clean interface. For now, there are only a few markets to select, but the team has already confirmed that they'll be adding more markets throughout the testing phase. In the future, users will not only be able to bet on outcomes, but also be able to create their own prediction markets. There'll be oracles that provide the needed real-world data such as political election outcomes, sports scores, asset pricing, just to name a few. Oracles are an essential part of any prediction market, and you can learn more about them in the PredIQt article we've linked to. Besides the launch of the PredIQt MVP, the Everipedia team also announced that they hired Daniel Liebeskind as their new Chief of Product Officer. Daniel is known by many in the community for his work on the Chestnut project and has also been involved in a variety of successful projects that you can read about on his Everipedia page. The market is clearly excited about Fast and Feely's decentralized prediction markets, as another team has recently announced their own platform. Veles announced themselves as the first price prediction DApp on the EOS public network and are currently offering price prediction of crypto assets using Binance as their single source of data. According to the project's release article, Veles plans to add more opportunities to create markets later on. You can read that in our show notes. Next up, Parsl. CEO Dr. Isaac Baldwin and his team at Parsl have been working hard on their supply chain project. We've linked to a fascinating article they released this week in our show notes, and we're happy to see some positive price action for the PSEED token. Through their deep analysis of the legal cannabis industry, the team uncovered a few omnipresent problems that marijuana-related businesses facing. The biggest problem is access to proper banking services, which leaves 2/3 of MRBs unbanked. This forces them to conduct all of their business in cash, even going as far as hiring armored trucks to deliver and pay their taxes. Fortunately, Parsl provides a solution for these businesses through their recently announced POD stablecoin. It enables the industry to operate cashlessly while also easing the concerns of banks over compliance issues. Introducing innovative solutions to ease the growing pains of this still young industry is a great strategy to develop a strong foothold and secure many partnerships. For that matter, the Parsl team just got a little bigger with the hiring of Mark Crandell as their president of North America. Mark has an impressive track record of 25 years of experience and has already been integral in a couple of key North American developments for Parsl. Next up, we've got a saucy update from the DAC Factory. If you've read, listened, or watched our previous Hot Sauce editions, you might have noticed that we're big fans of DACs. It should come as no surprise that we're excited about the recent DAC Factory update by EOS DAC. The EOS DAC team is building a business model around supporting DACs via a premium DAC hosting service. This approach will accelerate the adoption of the DAC model, and it opens up opportunities for anyone to run and operate their own DAC regardless of technical ability. How this business model is going to be structured and what the community deems to be fair is open for discussion, and the teams asked for constructive feedback on the matter. It's important to remember that the core of what EOS DAC does will always be open source and available to everyone in the EOSIO community. We've got some news from Karma. The Karma app keeps improving on all levels. A significant update recently introduced tipping and boosting of content, a simplified login, and Karma usernames. And their brand just got an overhaul with the launch of a new website and a fresh new look. One of the recurring problems for users was still the RAM consumption, but this was solved as the team updated their smart contract and promised that users will never have to worry about RAM anymore. And there's more to come, as CEO Dallas Rushing recently hinted at the potential of integration of atomic swaps on Karma via YOLO, an EOS exchange brought to us by the Kyber network. BOID Season 2 is underway, and we've got some news to share from that team. BOID is the social supercomputer on EOS, where users can unite their computing power to help scientific research in the fields of medicine, astrology, climology, and machine learning. In exchange, participants will earn BOID tokens, and the whole experience is nicely gamified through rankings and the ability for users to join a team and earn additional team-specific rewards. This fun competition has just started Season 2, and there are several different teams this season offering up various rewards. After successfully participating in Season 1, EOS Nation is back, and we're offering a total of 10,000 DApp tokens as a reward to be shared among our strongest team members this season. If this is your first time you've heard about BOID, make sure to check out their website to learn more or start contributing to scientific research right away by going directly to their app. As always, links have been provided in the show notes. Got divs? TokenYield's got you covered. Since TokenYield went live just a couple of weeks ago, investors can now easily track dividend-paying projects in one convenient and practical place. We're happy to report that TokenYield team added the functionality to stake or unstake tokens directly in their website, which makes TokenYield the one-stop shop to not only track, but also to manage your dividend-earning tokens portfolio. HireVibes had some exciting news this week. After a successful launch of the HireVibes Alpha, the team shared a couple of stats as well as feedback from users. They introduced a new refined onboarding flow as well as a few other improvements, some of which are already available, and others, such as the integrated wallet, is being finalized. You can read more about the improvements in their new article, linked in the show notes. The team also announced that they've added a great advisor in Rami James, whom we all know and love from Scatter. Rami will be helping improve the HireVibes UX and onboarding process. Kudos to HireVibes for keeping up with the great work. And now, it's time for the EOS Hot Sauce Spicy Meme Review. Our friends over at StartEOS created a meme poking a little fun at the relationship between software development and retail price action. If you're listening to the audio-only version of this podcast, you're not going to be able to see what I'm looking at right now. But our friends who are watching the videos or reading our articles online, have a look and let us know what you think. I give it a solid 7 out of 10 in the spicy meme scale. Meme review. And that's all for this week's episode of the EOS Hot Sauce. I'm Daniel Keys. Tune in again next week. We've got updates for you every single week in your favorite medium. We do video, we do audio, we do written updates. So make sure you subscribe to your medium of choice and tune in every week. Looking forward to catching up on the sauciness of next week's in EOS.